Okay, so what we've got here is we've jumped into midway through the story. Thor, Wolverine, the Human Torch and Captain America are all heading to Asgard. They're basically chasing down Loki. So they know that Loki has used the Bifrost, has gone over to Asgard for some reason, and they're chasing after him to find out exactly what's happening. So the very first part of gameplay we've got is us travelling effectively down the Bifrost. So what we've done is we've actually switched into free play mode. So we've only got 2 characters. When you play this in story, you've got all 4 characters there. But in free play, we've got 2 characters, but you can switch them around. So here we can see we've got Spider-Man and Iron Man. So that's really what LEGO Marvel's all about. It isn't just a case of going, okay, we're not just doing the Avengers, we're not just doing X-Men or Spider-Man. We want to mix all these characters. We want to mix this world together. So we think they do some brilliant things with having these characters all teaming up together. So as you head through the Bifrost, we'll then arrive in effectively the observatory, the Asgard that people will know from what the scene looked like in the films and comics. So here we are, and as we can see in this level it's all covered in ice, and that's because Loki's back here, he's teaming up with the Frost Giants. There's obviously something sinister going on. So we've got Spider-Man and Iron Man, so they've got the moves that people would expect him to do. So Iron Man's got his suit has all the abilities you'd expect. He's got his repulsor blast. You can shoot missiles from it, and his suit changes over the course of the story. So this is the Mark 7 suit. You actually end up getting the Mark 42 suit, which is the same suit that's used in Iron Man 3. And we wanted to have this kind of like this progression with Iron Man as you're playing through. But what I'll do, so just press hold Y. So this brings up the free play grid, and here we can see some of the other characters that we can select to. We've got a huge grid here, but we've got some great characters there. So we've got people like Sabretooth. So as we switch them over, we wanted all of the characters to feel very unique in the way they move, their combat style. So as we can see, Sabretooth, he's got his claws, the way he moves around is much more feral, and that's kind of reflects in his combat mechanics. And what's great with this game is we've got over 100, we're saying over 100 characters. It's much higher than that actually. We've got this huge raft of characters that we wanted to kind of showcase because there's so many characters that fans in the office wanted to see. So when you've got people like Human Torch, if you tap B, shouts flame on, turns into fire, and then you can use his abilities. So first objective here is to start melting these bits of ice. So from a kind of a TC Games perspective, we knew that we wanted to kind of push the tech for this game and do things that we've never been able to do. So you'll see more enemies on screen, more Lego to interact with, more things to fight. And that's kind of reflective on why we were pushing the engine, because we wanted to do things that people wouldn't have expected from a Lego game. So to be able to have you're fighting like huge numbers of enemies together as the Human Torch, as Spider-Man, as Iron Man, and then also when you finish the level you end up back in New York City Hub, and being able to explore that as all of these characters just kind of makes a really excellent gameplay experience. That's what we wanted to do. We really want to kind of make this game feel much bigger, feel more cinematic. So what we've done is we've just built this switch here, and we actually need a character who's got sort of a lightning power. So I'll switch over to Thor, and then he can use that switch. So just charge up. So we use Thor's lightning to charge up the switch, which then opens the path towards Asgard so that we can carry on. So we knew that with the characters that people were wanting to play as, there's certain abilities that people expect with people like Spider-Man. So you expect him to be able to do his web swing. And so at any point you can just jump and do that straight away. And that was a real challenge for us, because when we're including such a huge raft of characters, people who are fans of Wolverine or Spider-Man, Iron Man, Mr. Fantastic, you want all of these characters to feel how people would expect them to do. So they need those abilities, they need that combat. So like you'll see like special kind of finishing moves that each of the characters have. And that was something that was really quite important to include, because they're kind of unique things that we get to do. It's moves that people might have seen from the comic books, from the films, that kind of experience for people. So our objective here as we're fighting along the kind of Bifrost heading into Asgard is to effectively defeat the ice giants, the frost giants which are appearing. And now that we see that we've got Loki. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll just switch out to some of the other characters that we've got. So we've got people in there as well, like Deadpool. This is actually Iron Man's Mark 1 suit. So the suit that you see in the first Iron Man film, the original suit that he created, is kind of much more cumbersome. Instead of repulsor blasts, it shoots fire and it's got like a flame effect. So you can charge it up and it just shoots like a firebolt out. So really kind of digging into what the characters, what people would expect from them. We've also got characters in there like Venom. I just think he's absolutely fantastic. The team do kind of an excellent job with the animation and kind of really bringing these characters to life. So we've got Venom with his tentacles. And as you kind of like, there's lots of things in there we want people to try and find out and explore. So just even simple things like leaving characters idle and they'll play a silly animation. So Venom kind of pulls out these skulls and starts juggling.